Hello and welcome back to Smarmalade Plays Halloween Otome. Are you going to tell us what you're looking at, or just stay there and enjoy the smell? Hey! The message is a little smeared, alright? And the writing itself is really untidy. I'm trying to figure the words out right now! He scanned the words before making a rude sound. Ah, fuck this! There's nothing useful here! What does it say, though? I'll hide something, seek, find something before I something first. Something last, something fails. We should something for all something. I love it. That is completely useless. Are you sure you're reading it right? You're welcome to try if you think you can do better. The Count grimaced as he walked toward the wall. I'm going to have to throw these shoes out after this. E.T. blank blank N blank T.Y. Eternity? Not much use, were you? Well, that could be pay or play. I'm not sure if that's a smear or an L. Still not helpful! The sound of childish singing bounced off the walls, seemingly coming from everywhere at once. Eric's got some problems, that's all I have to say about this. The lights began to flicker and I felt Mr. Wolf grab my hand. As the singing faded, the lights stopped flickering. Well, that was something. Nothing more than a cheap trick to scare us! Well, it must have worked, considering how close you are to me all of a sudden. Or don't tell me you've actually fallen for me as well. You're full of yourself! They made their way back over to us. The Count raised an eyebrow at our clasped hands, causing Mr. Wolf to hastily pull his away. Hey, Mr. Wolf, you're welcome to hold my hand.
No, I'm fine.
Well, anyway, that clue was of no help. We came from that corridor and there was nothing out of the ordinary. Perhaps we should continue along the left path until we find more clues. Yeah, probably best to leave this area as quickly as we can. Let's hope Eric's second clue makes more sense. We all headed off together, keeping a lookout for anything that might give us a hint as to what we were supposed to be doing. After a few minutes of walking, the lights began flickering again. Keep moving, it's just a trick! As he said that, we saw a flickering blue light in the middle of the corridor. Lady Luna and Miss Angel came to an abrupt stop and let out an ear-piercing scream. I scream about as well as I do voices. What the hell? What's all the screaming about? Mr. Bandages pushed his way to the front and Count followed. The singing started up again, once again, as my eyes darted to see what had caught their attention, but I couldn't see anything with them in the way.
Come on, Miss Archer. Let's see what all the fuss is about.
We pushed our way between Mr. Bandages and the Count. Is that a child? The child pointed at us and mouthed something silently. Does anyone know how to lip read? Regrettably, it is not one of my skills. Mr. Bandages? As a matter of fact, I do! So, what's she saying? 8 little costume dolls, all in a fix. 2 fell behind, and then there were 6. And then there were Mr. Wolf and Sir Knight! We turned to face them, but they were gone. Mr. Wolf, Sir Knight, where'd you go? If this is a joke, it isn't funny. The singing abruptly stopped. I spun around to see that the child had disappeared as well. They were right behind us. The Count started to walk down the hallway to look for them. They can't have gone. What is it? It's nothing. I just stepped on something. Make that some things. He leaned down to pick the items off of the ground. So, this is interesting. The Count walked back to show us what he had found. He held out 2 blood-covered dolls, one of Mr. Wolf and the other of Sir Knight. I accidentally got blood on them from my shoes. Osiria reached over and pulled out a folded-up piece of paper that was sticking out from under the Mr. Wolf doll's belt.
Find me!
Me? But 2 of them were taken. Unless...
Find the ghost girl.
Well, I guess that's our second clue. I don't want to go on a ghost hunt.
Yeah, it'll be scary.
Well, He'll protect me, right, Count?
No, he'll protect me.
Ladies, there's enough of me to go around. Mr. Bandages let out an amused noise as both of them latched onto the Count's arms.
Well, there's nothing to be done by standing here, so we should get moving.
We continued walking until we came to a set of doors.
We should probably search this room for clues.
Allow me, milady.
Please refrain from calling me that.
As you wish. Why has he gone all, like, medieval? Whatever, I'm not... Miss Angel, Lady Luna. Perhaps you should wait here for my return. Lady Luna let go of his arm, but Miss Angel held on even tighter.
No, I'm going with you.
Alright, Sweat Drop. I missed what that said, but Miss Angel did something. It sounded like someone unzipped their pants, but whatever. Interesting.
What's so interesting about all this? It's creepy.
Well, how about I show you later, Tilda? Question mark. Wink, wonk. They walked into the room and the door slammed shut behind them. No! Damn. We grabbed the door handle and started rattling it, but the door wouldn't budge. The lights started to flicker, and the ominous singing rose up once again.
We need to get that door open.
The 3 of us turned to stare expectantly at Mr. Bandages.
Hey, if they want some alone time, I'm not going to.
We glared at him threateningly.
You know what? Fine. But don't blame me if you get an eyeful of something you don't want to see.
He was about to try to knock the door down when it suddenly creaked open by itself as the singing faded. We slowly made our way inside the room. The Count and Miss Angel were nowhere to be seen. We scanned the room and saw the Count's cape lying in a pool of blood with a strange lump in the middle. Lady Luna gasped and reached for Mr. Bandages, but he just shrugged her off and picked up the cape. He grimaced before tossing it aside and leaning down to pick up the items forming the lump.
The original 2 dolls, as well as 2 more dolls and bloody angel wings.
He threw the wings in the direction of the cape before bringing the dolls over to us.
Is there another note?
Mr. Bandages looked the dolls over carefully before pulling a note out from under the Count's waistcoat. He unfolded it and read it out loud.
Find me! Same as the last one!
Seems like we're running out of time to do so. We should take anything that looks useful so we don't need to backtrack.
I can see 2 coils of rope.
That could definitely be useful. Take it.
I found some stakes over here. We could use them as weapons.
Sure, take those too.
Osiria scanned the ceiling for a moment before speaking.
I want those.
What, the torture devices?
No, the carabiner hooks holding them up. Those things can be extremely useful.
I don't know what a carabiner hook is, but good on ya.
I don't see how you're getting them unless you can fly!
Kneel, then I can get on your back.
I'm not gonna grovel for any of you! Your butler might have jumped at the chance, but not me!
You could try lifting her up. That should be easy enough.
I refuse! All those frills would be too annoying. I'll lift you instead. You look like you'd be the lightest.
I watched Lady Luna pout angrily, and the Ice Queen just give an indifferent shrug at his comment. Mr. Bandages put his arms around my waist before lifting me up.
For someone so small, you're pretty heavy.
I'm not heavy. You're just weak.
I'm stronger than you are.
I rolled my eyes at his words before reaching for the nearest carabiner. Shoot, it's a little out of my reach. Move a little to the left. Little more. Perfect. I quickly grabbed the carabiner.
Try to get one more.
All right. Move backwards a bit, Mr. Bandages. Little more. Got it.
Finally!
He lowered me to the ground. I handed the carabiners to the Ice Queen.
Thank you, Miss Archer. I think that's everything, so let's get going.